WYLN Studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Thursday, May 28th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. Will the Hazleton Area School Board hire a new superintendent at tonight's regular school board meeting? That's the question a lot of people want answers to. Superintendent Dr. Francis Antonelli is set to retire on June 1st after over 40 years with the district. There are 3 people vying for that position. They include Assistant Superintendent of Schools Dr. Craig Butler, Director of Elementary Education George Donati, and current Bensalem Township Superintendent David Bow. The board was very transparent to the public when it came to the hiring process. No official word if the board will vote on Antonelli's replacement at tonight's meeting. WYLN's Gary Perna will be at tonight's meeting, and we'll have the very latest coming up tonight at 10 p.m. on Late Edition. Today, WYLN's Gary Perna sat down with A.J. Goral's parents to hear their thoughts on the sentencing of the 2 men that beat their son. They also gave Gary an update on A.J.
A day after 28-year-old Ronald Tavares and 31-year-old Robert Placentia were sentenced for beating A.J. Goral, we sat down with A.J.'s parents to talk about the sentencing and the long road that A.J. has traveled to this point.
We're disappointed, there's no doubt about that, with the sentencing in the time that they got. But after we discussed it with the DA, he explained the law to us, and what kind of crimes that they committed. They were all misdemeanors. They have no previous record. So the judge had to go by what the Pennsylvania law said. He could only give them up to a year probation or whatever. Did we like it? No. We can't change it. We have to live with it. What we have to do is start to try to change these laws.
The Gorals say that they are not mad at the judge for the sentencing and that they understand that's the law. It has been very hard for the Gorals and their family over the past 20-plus months, but they never gave up on A.J., and they're glad the community did not as well.
Thank you isn't even enough. Them people, the whole community, I mean, people that from all over the country reached out to us. To say thank you, that would be cheap to me. I wish I had something I could say, but you know, God love all of them. Them people are fantastic, all of them.
According to Mr. Goral, once they moved A.J. to St. Luke's here in Hazleton, it was a matter of days before he was up and walking, something that was never done before at the other facility in Scranton. He said if it wasn't for St. Luke's, A.J. may still be in a nursing facility somewhere.
The last time we talked to you, A.J. was in Scranton. And they kind of like wrote him off in Scranton and said this is the way he's going to be for the rest of his life, and he'll be in Scranton. And I said if he's going to be that way, then we're moving him closer to Hazleton. So we looked around Hazleton and we found St. Luke's Pavilion here in Hazleton, and we moved him from Scranton here. So the first day that he was actually in St. Luke's, they called us up and said come on up and see what's going on up here. When we got up there, A.J. was in a walker walking. We were amazed. I mean, these people, that therapy department, the physical, occupational, speech up there, they changed A.J.'s life completely. A.J. said, I'm going to walk out of here. And on May the 9th, A.J. walked out them front doors.
A.J. is now at home with his parents and will start another stint of rehab on Monday.
Right now, I mean, he does everything on his own by himself, eats, dresses, bathroom, whatever. But his short-term memory is still, it's still not right. Because of the severe damage he had to the brain. It said, they told us it could take time, it could take a day, it could take a month, it could take a year. We don't know. The brain is that complicated. So right now, his short-term memory is not good. So Monday, this coming Monday, he's going to start therapy again out at the Wellness Center. He'll have his physical therapy, occupational, and speech.
The Gorals have this message for the Hazleton Police Department.
Well, to Chief DeAndrea and Detective LeBert and the whole Hazleton Police Department, they were fantastic. They did one heck of a job. They did. They never gave up. The chief called me in and said, the case is going cold. And I said, what does that mean? He said, well, we lost all of our leads. We don't know what to do anymore. So We were disappointed. I was devastated. I said, well, what can I do now? I was going to hire a private detective on my own. And the chief called me back down again. Me and her went down, and he said, don't get yourself all worked up. Right. We know what we're doing. Calm down. Everything will be okay. It wasn't even 2 weeks later. He calls us up and says, we got a statement. We know who the people are that did it.
Lugoro said AJ is doing very good and is walking and talking and continues to make improvements each and every day. They again thank everyone for their continuing support in this long journey. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. According to police, a church in Hazleton was burglarized overnight. In a press release sent by police, a suspect or suspects entered Christ Lutheran Church on West Green Street in Hazleton and stole hand tools and church equipment. It is not known what exactly those items were. Anyone with information on this burglary at Christ Lutheran Church in Hazleton is asked to call police immediately by dialing 570-459-4940 or dial 911. If you need to reach the second, third, or fourth floor of City Hall, you can easily do so by taking the elevator. The elevator at City Hall is now up and running after nearly a year out of operation. The city spent around $190,000 to fix the elevator. Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi said that the city put out bids to area businesses, and when the job was completed, the city was under budget by nearly $100,000.
Great asset to the City Hall because of the handicapped people we have coming to meetings, but we're glad it's done. It was done under budget, way under budget. We had Alfred Brenish redesign the elevator room downstairs, and when we got the bids in, it was almost $100,000 under the cost.
In order to pay for the elevator, the city used federal community development block grants.
We had to use CD money, community development money, block grant. So we had that aside for it, but when the price came in, it was way above what we had aside. So we rebid it, and it came in at $190, and we did the job.
There is a 12-month maintenance warranty on the new unit, along with remote monitoring that allows the manufacturer, Otis Elevator Company, to detect problems and alert the city. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, after yesterday's rainfall, I'm sure many were pleased with today's weather. And what can we expect weather-wise heading towards the weekend?
Well, we should have been pleased with the rainfall yesterday because we definitely needed it. It's been very dry across our area, and temperature-wise pretty nice for this time of year. Notice nothing to show you on radar across the northeast. It continues to remain dry, a few clouds, and these high temperatures, 70s and 80s over the past 24 hours, that is pretty nice for this time of year. Even right now, temperatures are very nice. 78 in New Angola, 83 in Berwick, 84 in Bloomsburg, and 83 degrees in Danville. What can we expect over the next few days? I'll break out the complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. Ann?
Coming up next, emergency and hospital personnel in Berwick were training for a mass casualty situation this morning. WYLN was there, and we'll have all the details for you coming up in just a bit. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have a full look at our weekend forecast. Stay tuned. More news is headed your way only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News, Greater Hazleton's only local news broadcast, with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Kristen Bazinski, weather with Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Tujac Cycle and Power Sports is your power sports authority. Here you'll find a brand selection that can't be beat. From 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels, and on the water too. Plus, Tujac has the apparel and accessories to make you feel like a pro. So hold onto your seat and rev it up. At Tujac Cycle and Power Sports, Cole Street, Wilkes-Barre, your power sports authority.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area.
We're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here
or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.
And there's no application fee when you visit here.
Penn State Hazleton.
Download your application fee waiver at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
A mass casualty drill took place in Berwick this morning so emergency personnel and hospital employees can practice their skills in the event of a real-life situation. Berwick emergency personnel, along with employees at the Berwick Hospital, were preparing for the worst today during a drill of a mass casualty. The drill consisted of a crash between a school bus and a tractor-trailer carrying barrels of nitric acid. Ben Mike, emergency management coordinator for the Berwick Hospital, talked with us about the importance of a drill such as this.
We're doing emergency preparedness for a mass casualty because we wanted to have the hospital planned to be prepared and ready for when something would happen. So in this case, we had multiple victims, multiple patients coming here in a scenario of a vehicle, which was a bus, versus a truck carrying hazardous chemicals. And so therefore we had injured people and we had also people that had contamination. So what we're doing is preparing ourselves for the real thing and seeing how we stacked up to it, what our weaknesses is and what things we had to do to change and make ourselves better.
Berwick Area EMA Coordinator Greg Harkin said a drill like today is important so emergency personnel can come prepared with an understanding of how to take on this type of situation.
Situation like this, we would definitely call in more fire personnel, more rescue personnel, definitely more ambulances, and buses, school buses, if we needed to transport students that weren't seriously injured to get them to the hospital.
If today's drill was real, Mike said there is a chain of events that would take place before lives can be saved.
Well, first you have your first responders coming to the scene. So county would be called, county would dispatch the fire and the ambulance and the police, and then they would assess the situation. At that point, they knew there were multiple victims, multiple patients. At that point, they'd make a determination where they're going to be going. So at that point, county or the EMS would call the hospital directly and say, hey, we have so many patients coming, so to expected arrival.
Patients would also have to be organized from serious injuries to death. Harkin said it is something that needs to be established during an emergency situation.
The green setup is a minor injury, and then it escalates yellow, and then red, and then the black would be a deceased.
Because today's drill involved hazardous materials, hazmat teams were called in to learn about this type of situation. Mike said the hospital also has rooms set up for those who come in contact with hazardous materials.
We can deploy and stand up the hazmat tent that you see right here in about 15 minutes. Obviously, the more you do it, the faster you get. The nice thing about what the hospital has, we have a decontamination room with showers in it, so that's actually ready to roll immediately, so we could use that. So in the case you had people that had to be immediate attention, you would take them in there first while you're setting up the tent, and then that way you can handle a larger volume of people through the tent as well as through the room. So we have basically two ways of doing it.
The Berwick Hospital, along with emergency personnel, participate in drills like today's twice a year. So those who will be involved in these types of situations can come prepared for anything that is thrown at them. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, we have details on an award ceremony for the United Way of Greater Hazelton at Genetti's in Hazel Township. Stay tuned, more is headed your way, including sports, here on WYLN.
Zanolini Small Engine Repairs, your local full-service garage specializing in the sale of the Skag line mowers, the best-built cutting commercial lawnmower made in the USA. Your first service on the new mower is free if you mention WYLN, so make your summer work easier. Buy local and service local. Zanolini's full-service garage.
It always feels good to pull my own part. Saves a lot of money, too.
I've never actually pulled it before, but I think it's time.
It's environmentally conscious, and it can be a lot of fun.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer who's up for an adventure, then come out to Harry's You Pull It. Pull your own quality recycled auto parts for up to 90% off the cost of buying new. Savings like that'll keep more money in the bank, which could lead to even greater fun. Harry's You Pull It. WeGotUsed.com.
At Whitetail Preserve, they pride themselves with giving their guests 5-star service. They are now open for lunch 6 days a week and offer limited delivery service for lunch to businesses in Cunningham, Valmont, and Humboldt Industrial Park. Call them at 570-384-2314.
WYLN Weather is sponsored by Coordinated Health. Coordinated Health, we make you better together.
I grew up in Pittston. I know what it takes to live in a small town. I know a lot of these people, and they know me.
And that's why I believe everyone should have access to high-quality, affordable health care. And why I'm pleased to tell you about a new choice, Coordinated Health. I want the very best for my family, friends, and neighbors, and I know Coordinated Health
will bring a new level of patient care to the Wyoming Valley.
Well, overall, hey, it's not looking too bad outside. There's quite a bit of sunshine, a few of those high, thin clouds. You feel a little bit of humidity in the air. And we also have a little bit of a breeze to deal with, but precipitation free. Overall, not a bad looking Thursday across our area. On to the map for the day. And, well, even though we had a little bit of that humidity in the air, it still wasn't too bad compared to what we did see, thanks to that front that came through our area. And as it came through our area, of course, we had some of those showers and thunderstorms, which we talked to you about yesterday. And we needed that rain because it's been very dry. It continues to be dry now. Live 35 Skycast, Doppler, nothing to show you. From Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, Berwick, Danville, Bloomsburg, Shenandoah, Schuylkill Haven, Lehighton, all points at this time remaining dry. Our live Lehigh tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, 79 degrees. And notice we have not seen any rainfall since the midnight hour. 78 Mount Pocono, 82 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 83 degrees in Williamsport, 82 degrees in State College. Temperatures remaining in the 80s up in the Wyoming Valley area. Satellite and radar. Earlier today, even through now, you see that severe thunderstorm watch box in effect with some of those storms moving out and offshore, but for our area, we've not had to deal with any type of precipitation or severe weather. Overall, not a bad day, looking pretty good as we head through tonight. Going into our Friday, not looking too bad. And it's Saturday. A couple of scattered showers around, can't rule that out, especially by the afternoon and evening hours. And then going into our Sunday, you're going to have to keep the umbrella handy. Notice tonight dropping down 50s. Lower 60s, 70s, and some lower 80s for tomorrow. And then as we go into our Saturday morning, you'll be waking up early. For those of you that like to wake up that early in the morning, 7 in the morning, we'll be looking at temperatures generally up into the 60s. So overall, not looking bad. We'll be on the dry side of things, at least here across the Northeast for our Friday. And then it's going to start to cool down as we progress through the next couple of days. And for the weekend, there's going to be a chance of at least some rain in our forecast. And speaking of the forecast, here's what we can expect over the next 7 days. About 80 degrees for tomorrow, 75, a few scattered showers for Saturday, and then some more showers for Sunday. Notice how much cooler it'll be, only in the 60s and in near 70 degrees by the middle part of next week. Well, our Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the daytime drawings look like this for the pick 2, 02, the pick 3, 500, and the pick 4, 0641. We'll continue to have more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
At Cuck's Turkey Farm, we are family owned and operated for over 45 years, and we consistently strive to produce premium poultry. We offer the finest all-natural country poultry, antibiotic-free, all vegetarian fed with superior white meat yield and exceptional flavor. So we invite you to experience the unique natural taste of our poultry for your enjoyment and your health. Give us a call or stop in today.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Here at Classic Floor Covering, we take pride in all our works of art. Take a look at a few. Classic Floor Covering. Who do you trust for your floor covering needs?
Members of the United Way of Greater Hazleton were all on board for a cruise-themed meeting. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details.
The United Way of Greater Hazleton held its annual meeting this morning at Genetti's in Hazel Township. This year, members took part in a cruise theme, the USS United Way, which continues from now through mid-September when the annual campaign is launched. Individuals and businesses were recognized for their generosity by receiving awards for making the previous campaign a success.
Today, we are honoring the top 10 companies, a number of our very special volunteers that have made our last campaign a reality. We have raised over $653,000 in cash, also close to $60,000 in other contributions of an in-kind and public service nature, bringing our grand total for the United Way of Greater Hazleton to just over $713,000.
Incentive prizes were also awarded, including a 2-year lease on a new car. It was a reason for celebration after a long and hard economic season. Ward has hope for the future and for the goals of the United Way and its member agencies.
Some folks that were actually contributors to our campaign are now clients of our member agencies, but we always find a way to pull through. We have pulled through, and we are happy to announce today that we will be able to continue funding the vital programs and services that are provided by our 24 member agencies here in the Greater Hazleton area.
The United Way encourages people to become engaged in creating opportunities for a better tomorrow. Anyone can help the cause by either donating monetarily or volunteering their time. You can contact the organization at 570-455-9515 or visit unitedwayhazelton.org. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Coming up next, Eric DeBardinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
Tom Kostopoulos is the AHL's elder statesman, and at 36, he'll be returning to the Baby Pens after signing a one-year deal yesterday. TK holds nearly every club record with Wilkes-Barre Scranton. A title is the only thing eluding him in his long career.
I assume it's going to be a strong, deep team. That's the way it's been here for a while. You know, you want some of the young players to get a shot in Pittsburgh early, right out of training camp, but if a lot of them are here in Wilkes-Barre, you know, we're happy to have them here and try and get off to a running start in the AHL and get us in position to be in the playoffs.
Today, former Baby Penguins and Penguins coach Dan Bilesmill was hired as the new head coach of the Buffalo Sabres. Yesterday, it was Tanaka time, take two. Masahiro Tanaka making his second rehab start with the Rail Riders and taking a step back. On a 65 pitch limit, the right-hander struggled early, giving up the shot off the wall to Jackie Bradley Jr. and a first inning run. Then in the second, Bradley Jr. takes Tanaka all the way out. The stat line, 3 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 hits allowed, and 2 walks with 4 strikeouts. His next appearance unknown. Luckily for Scranton Wilkes-Barre, Cole Figueroa, showing no signs of issues in his forearms or wrists, crushes that delivery to clear the bases as he goes 5 for 5 on the day with 5 driven in, and the Rail Riders complete the sweep with a 9-6 victory, earning the day off today. Wednesday, the Iron Pigs were playing 2 against the Gwinnett Braves after plenty of rain in Georgia. Top 3, Dom Brown beats the throw, bringing in a run. 11 hits on the day for Lehigh Valley, but they managed just 2 runs, the other coming here on the Cody Ashe powerbomb. Braves too much though. They win Game 1 8-2 and Game 2 4-1. Today, another doubleheader. It's not often or ever that I would use the word adorable in a sportscast, but for this, the term definitely applies. Last night, the Golden State Warriors won Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, earning their first trip to the finals in 40 years. The league MVP, Steph Curry, poured in a game-high 26 points, but post-game, it was his 2-year-old daughter, Riley, that stole the show again.
HB, not knowing when his shots are going to come, always ready for the moment. So there's little storylines that you can find throughout, each series, each game that are pretty special moments that you need to win a championship.
I mean, you take your daughter second times. How do you feel like?
I think she's taking advantage of the moment for sure. She's way too comfortable.
Over a week to wait for the start of the NBA Finals between the Warriors and Cavaliers, but tonight we are treated to a Game 7 to determine the Eastern Conference's representative in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Rangers, backed by perhaps the greatest Game 7 goalie in NHL history, Henrik Lundqvist, host the Lightning at 8 o'clock. Tonight on Late Edition, we'll have highlights from District 2 softball championships, but next, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
Should be filled with the ingredients that most inspire you. And let relaxed sophistication fill the air and the walls around it. Find beautiful cabinetry, finishes, and details that capture your personal style. Craft-made. It becomes you.
Call, click, or visit your local Craft-Made dealer today.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
Well, we continue to be dry throughout the Commonwealth of northeastern and central Pennsylvania and western PA, but just in a southern tip, a lone shower thunderstorm, but that is about it. Nothing else to show you except some very warm temperatures for this time of year. These temperatures above where we should be for this time of year. It is now 78 in Mount Pocono, 82 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 86 in Selinsgrove, 85 in Harrisburg, 80 degrees in Pittsburgh. Overall, pretty nice, and heading into our Friday looking nice as well, but then by the weekend, there's going to be the chance of some rain in our forecast, which we're just going to have to get used to. Keep the umbrella handy, and if you keep the umbrella handy, you'll be on the safe side because temperature values will be relatively warm going into the weekend, but then only in the 60s by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
All right, well, 80 degrees tomorrow. I think we'll We'll take that.
Yeah, it's not bad this time of year. We'll take it.
No, but a rainy weekend, but hopefully not too much. You'll only scattered
yeah,
showers.
You need the rain, but hey, you know what? We'll take the rain because we need it.
Okay, sounds good. All right, have a great night, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow.